I'm just gonna. I've kind of been brewing this away in my brain. I'm just going to come out and sort of just say a couple of things before we kick off. Everything's really, really bad at the moment. Everything's in a really bad way, and everything's been in a bad way for a long time for a lot of people. But I think now we're all kind of living in the reality of the fact that things are really quite bad. You know, we've got a pandemic going on, we've got other stuff going on. And honestly, I was a bit today, with all of the issues going on in America, I was a bit reticent to even stream. I thought, is it a good thing to even just come and sit and do something, have a couple of white dudes doing some flippant stuff on the internet? Is that a good thing? And I kind of, in the end, settled on the fact that right now I can't really do anything else. Like, I'm somebody who is locked in, basically. I'm shielding, effectively, due to the pandemic. So I can't go out and protest or go out and enact any change just yet. I can do other stuff, but really, all I can do is this. So a bit of levity in the day, why not? But what I would say is that I'm slightly nervous about this because I literally haven't spoken to any of my colleagues about this, but I decided that I think any of the money we make in the next month from Twitch, we're just going to give to a bunch of black charities that specifically focus on black people internationally, both in the UK, maybe in America as well. Well, probably a combination of both, maybe some Europe, we'll see. And I'm not really sure which ones yet, because I know there's going to be a lot of funding over things for the next the next couple of weeks, and we're just going to wait and see where that money would be best placed in at that time. Because, it's not just an American problem. Like, there's an awful lot of problems with racism in the UK as well. We've got a colonial history we don't like to think about. We have all of the stuff with the Afro-Caribbean communities being displaced. We had, in the UK, we had Grenfell, we had the Windrush scandal, which was not even really a scandal. Like, who lost their jobs? It's to suggest that this is just an American problem is not true. But certainly in America right now, the problem with police brutality is horrendous. And just solidarity with anyone who is directly out there faced with state violence, but also solidarity with anyone who's just a bit scared and terrified and stressed by all this, because it is pretty stressful and pretty terrifying. So, that's it. We will continue to be doing what we're doing, because honestly, I don't really have anything I can do right now, but I will be donating some of my own money to these causes, and we will be donating anything that comes in from Twitch over the next month as well. And I'm pretty confident that no one in our company is going to have a problem with me saying that. But I just didn't get a chance to run it past anyone because I just sort of decided about 5 minutes ago. So that's that. I hope everyone's doing as well as they can be. And now we're going to do something on the internet. Tom, what are we going to do? Why don't you tell everyone, what are we going to do?
We got some great suggestions. Crokin-oh by post was a good one for Morrigan. Just still enjoying that a lot. I'm sure.
Can we do Crokin-oh? Can we do Crokin-oh by texting? Is
there a Crokin-oh? Yeah.
Play by email. Crokin-oh.
Some points. I remember the only thing when I did my internship was I only the first time I met Quinns on my internship was I came to his flat in Brighton. He decimated me at Crokin-oh and was then like, right, off you pop. And that was my first introduction to the company. I was getting demolished at Crokin-oh.
Sit down here, let me beat you at Crokin-oh. Now you may leave. What would have happened if you'd beaten him?
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't have a job.
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't have a job. Absolutely brutal.
A lot of people want to see Tabletop Simulator Crokin-oh.
Can we do that? Is that a thing?
I wonder if I'm gonna have a look.
Gosh, yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah, we've got some conspiratorial stuff going on. I feel like these are Crokin-oh boards meeting up to plot the downfall of man.
You've got the 4 types of Crokin-oh. 5. You've got the standard. You've got the Goodwood board. You've got the Clask board. You've got the Earth, and you've got the Beatles' Abbey Road. Those are the 4 kinds of Crokin-oh.
Just somebody clearly a fan of the Beatles was like, put the Beatles' Abbey Road on it. That seems like a fun idea. All right, I'm gonna.
We don't have to play some Crokin-oh. I just wanted to show you the mod because every tabletop sim mod gives me.
It's too late, mate. I'm just gonna quickly. It's on. Crokin-oh. Crokin-oh. We're gonna do sudden death, all right? Sudden death.
Oh,
now
okay.
You have a go.
So you won. You won, right?
Well, you
Well,
haven't let it go yet.
I need to move this out of the hole so I can get it in the hole, which I will because I'm as we know, I'm really good at Crokin-oh.
That appeared to bounce off the hole on my screen, which I don't think is how holes work.
It does happen an awful lot.
It bounces off the inside of the hole, and this time it bounced off the outside of the hole, I'm pretty sure. Right, so you got it, but you've got a par of 2. Okay. We understand Crokin-oh, sure. All right, I've had my fun with Crokin-oh now. I think I definitely recommend it. I wouldn't bother buying a Crokin-oh board. Just do it on Tabletop Simulator. It's exactly the same experience, arguably better because you can have an infinite number of wood. There's really no...
It's the time travel
I was like,
music.
what is that noise?
I think it's the fantasy setup that people are clamoring for. People love seeing the game
fantasy
set up fantastically. I like that the Gloomhaven rulebook is a mod as well, which is, I understand, it's like because you can additive load it in, but it's just funny that someone will be like, man, I can't wait to play Gloomhaven rulebook. Really excited.
It's my favourite game, actually. It is my favourite game.
It's Gloomhaven.
I did have some disagreements with the game's designer based on how the game should be played, but he seemed pretty cool about that, so it's fine. So, this is Gloomhaven. Gloomhaven is a lovely little town where everything is great. Now, how can that be possible? I know what you say. Well, that's because it has all of these different places that you can go to and live out your wildest fantasies and dreams. The old docks, the new docks, the mixed district, and the boilers district. I could go on. Anyway, basically, this is a fantasy realm of different things and different places what you can go to and do things. But, I hear you scream, where can I go now? And the answer is, actually, you can't go anywhere until you have a little sticker on the map. So these represent the different kind of missions you can actually go on in the game. Right. And as you go through the game, you're going to be doing stuff that's going to be unlocking new stickers and putting them on the map. And then when you sit down to play it, you can basically, you can go to any of them. You can just be like, let's go to... I want to go over here, and I want to go to the Corpse Wood. I want to go over to the Badger Forest. I want to go over to the East
Lingering
Road.
Swamp. Get me in the Lingering Swamp.
Kiss. Yeah, now. Exactly. Get me in the Lingering Swamp. I'm begging you. Please, just put me in it. And there are actually some specific reasons you might want to do that, because you might have some character missions that are like, hey, go and kill some enemies and you think, oh, I bet you'll find them in a swamp. And you're like, let's go to the swamp. So there's some standard mission stuff. There's some overarching stuff. There's also a bunch of different things that going on in between. So we got road events, which means every time we're on our way to a mission, we're going to do a road event, and you get a little option A, option B, and then you see what happens. We're going to have city events, which happen every time we're in the city. Basically, city events happen whenever you go back to Gloomhaven. They're usually a little better, whereas road events are almost always bad. It's like, hey, what could possibly happen to us on the road? Probably something bad. So first of all, we click Add Play Area.
Whoa.
Add player. Add player.
All right.
And then I think I'm here, and you need to make yourself. Okay. Now we remove this player.
No, I can move. Oh.
It's fine. It's easy to remove a player.
Right click. There you go. Right. There we go.
And then effectively what we got here is a big box with a game in it, and you're going to choose a character. Choose a character.
I want to be... Well, what does chat think I should be? You
can be
drawn towards...
Windows 95, Brain, Star, lovely little flower that's been falling apart, or Quake 3.
What are you going to be, Matt?
I don't know. I mean, actually, the only one I haven't really played or seen much of is probably the Tinkerer. So I'm going to take that one.
You'll take Tinkerer, and then I will take... Scoundrel.
So, all right, so I'm going to drag the Tinkerer and drop it onto my board. Wow, look at that. This is like, you know what this reminds me of actually, the texturization on this. It looks like Vagrant Story on the PlayStation 1 or something like that. It's kind of got that, the aesthetic's not quite right actually, the colours are wrong, but it's got that kind of lo-fi nonsense to it.
Very good.
The Tinkerer.
Tinkerer. Get TP boots. Get TP boots.
Tinker.
Go mid.
Tinker boots, go mid, please. All right, I'm going to teach you now how to play a little old game I like to call Gloomhaven. You're going to start each mission with like everything, which is kind of a bit disconcerting. It's a bit like, oh, what do I do? But don't worry, because your decision space gets smaller and smaller and smaller, which is good. So how it works is each round you just choose 2 cards to play. So the first card and the second card, and you'll see that whatever cards you choose, you're going to be choosing the top of one and the bottom of the other.
Right. Okay.
So you might choose to do attack 2, and then you might choose to do move 3. Yep. And you would choose both those cards, and you would place them face down, and you would place them on your board in order, like of which one is the first card you're playing. Now, this is the crucial thing, right? You don't actually have to choose what you do with those cards until the very moment of your turn, but the order is important because the first one you put down is this number in the middle, which represents your initiative. Now, initiative basically is just how early you go in the game. So if you've got a 10, that's quite fast, whereas 33 is still quite fast. 93 is very slow. So it goes from 0 to 100, basically. Well, 99. However, once you've got them, you might go into it being like, I'm going to do this top one and then this bottom one. But actually, when it gets into it, you might be like, oh, that's a terrible idea now. The whole board state has changed. I'm changing my mind. I'm going to do the other 2. The other crucial thing about these cards is you'll notice there's a little symbol here which shows attack 2 and move 2. And the way this works is basically at any point you can choose to use those instead. So basically, you know, everything is an attack 2 and a move 2. But generally speaking, those are not as good. Now, there's a couple of other things. There's a bunch of other things we'll go into. First and foremost, however, you'll see down here, we have this little symbol here. I'm just going to add a bit of zoom to this, just to make it a bit easier to explain. We have this little red X symbol, the white with the X. Now, this means that after you use this bottom ability here, you are going to discard that card. And like actually lose the card from your deck. Because generally speaking, you're going to play both cards will go into your discard pile, and then you're going to draw 2 more, and then when you run out of cards, you have a rest and you get some back. However, the little symbol with a red cross on it means you do not get it back. It is spent. It is binned.
Okay.
So those are often quite powerful moves. But the difficult thing is, once you've binned cards, you're not getting them back for the mission. And if you ever can't play a card, then you're out of the mission. That, in fact, is the only way you can really die, is just if you have no cards to draw.
Okay.
Stop spinning the cards. It's very distracting.
Sorry.
You're probably just doing it in the way you normally would. Just playing, but I'm like, I'm trying to look at 2 cameras and it's all spinning. Other things you want to keep an eye on are the fact that you've got this little white star with a 1 in it. That basically means experience, which means every time you use that action, you're going to get experience. And there's a little bit of fiddliness to do with the positioning of these actions and the formatting of these actions on the card. So the key thing here would mean this means attack for 2 damage at a range of up to 3, and you can target 2 enemies, and then you get an experience, right? However, we have over here, we have attack 3, and then add attack, 1 attack for each of your allies adjacent to the target, and then afterwards, if you are able to spend this element, because that's like an element being spent, then you would add 2 attack, and then also you would get 1 experience. So you only get that 1 experience. So if it's off to the right, it means do all of this, then this happens, versus do these things and then it happens at the bottom. So there's a weird bit of formatting in to do with the small text is always qualifiers for that action above. So think of it like a document formatting, whereas if it's like, so this is like heal 3, but you can only do it to yourself, etc. Whereas this one, it's move 3 and then poison an adjacent enemy. It's all fairly self-explanatory, but there is some stuff which is a little bit unusual. First and foremost, actually, you can see here, this symbol here means this is a card that rather than playing on the table and then discarding, when you play it, you actually kind of put it in front of your player board, and it becomes kind of an ability that then like will continue to happen. So you put a little token
sorry,
on
which
here.
symbol was that? This
little symbol with the infinite thing. It means that basically you would put it in front of your player board and it would sit there until it has finished triggering. Now in this example, you've actually only got one circle before the token would move off and the card would be discarded, but some of them will have multiple circles, and it will be every time you use it, it becomes basically like an ability. Like that one's a great example. Every time you use it, it will pop along down that thing, so you use that 4 times, and then it will be discarded. And, well, lost. So that is kind of a lot of it. And then you've got all sorts of stuff. Some of the abilities in it are a little bit not what you'd expect. Things like poison don't quite work how you might think. Some stuff is relatively explanatory, like pull and push is just literally like dragging enemies towards you or away from you. And you've got some stuff here whereby, I think, can you put down some, you can do some stuff with traps maybe, or maybe I've misremembered that.
Trickster. Okay.
Yeah, or you can disarm an adjacent trap. And looting
traversal.
basically just means looting is the radius at which you can grab loot, which means loot 2 means everything within 2 spaces of your character, all the coins, you would suck into you as if you were somebody playing an RPG on a video game system. What fun. That is pretty much how the combat works in this game. We keep playing 2 cards, and then when you run out of cards, you have to take a rest. Now, when you take a rest, you've got 2 different types of rest. You've got a long rest and a short rest. When you take a long rest, you get to choose which of your cards in your discard pile is lost. If you take a short rest, then you don't have to spend a whole turn taking a rest. You also don't get any health back for resting, but you have to randomly lose a card from your deck. So basically, it's like the idea is as we go through the mission, this deck of cards is your powers, but it also represents the timer for the mission. And as the mission goes on, your deck gets smaller and smaller to the point where actually, if you take a hit that would kill you, or at any point, if you take a big hit, you can choose instead of taking a hit to immediately lose a card, which means basically you have got health, but really your health and the timer for the mission are the cards. You also get a bit of some stuff, some items. I'll just give you some items. Treat you.
Ah, that's so kind. What do I get?
Here you are. You can have them.
Shoes. These aren't allowed. Sorry, that's terrible.
And you can have these. Yeah. So there you are. In one of your hands, you have.
Oh, it's a potion.
No, that's not a hand. It's a pouch. It goes up here. Your potion pouch. Everything in its right place. Yeah, because some
just
cards
like,
are
just
these.
Like Radiohead wanted.
So in exactly, that's what they wanted. So this one, after you drink it, it will be discarded for the mission. Whereas this one, these boots, will merely be tapped, and well, not tapped, exhausted, because the people who made Magic the Gathering copyrighted the word tapped because they're
as you do
because they're dinguses. There, I said it. So that means that after you have a long rest, in addition to getting a bit of health back, you can also refresh all of your items.
I can also put my shoes back on.
You can put your shoes back on, yeah. These measure your health and your experience. However, we're not going to use those. We're going to use these up here, because these buttons up here will actually affect everything in the game, including those, because there's some scripting stuff going on. Okay, cool. You've already got those. What else setup have we got to do? I think that's about it.
Where does my... Oh, no, we can choose where I put my player piece.
Yes, you can.
There's 3 whole bandit guards. Banditos. Oops.
I know.
That was my bad, but I saw where it was. I'm going to go next to... I'll cower behind you.
Typical. Okay, so in your deck of cards, you'll probably have some cards that have an X at the top of them, where there's a little crown, and usually it says a crown and 1.
Yeah.
You want to just go through and find the ones that have X's and just remove them.
Okay. I don't get any trickster cards.
Well, you can have them if you want, but it's the easiest way to do it is just to get rid of those ones. Basically, the way it works is you can choose to have one of those cards in your deck, but it's the best way is just to get rid of them. Also, you have, at the end of your deck of cards, a little secret objective for the mission. You have to choose one of them, and then basically if you manage to achieve that, then you get to cross off a thing on your character sheet.
Wow. And we're going to be playing this, more than once as well, so sounds extra good.
You're right, yeah, exactly.
Oh boy. I see why when I was editing the Gloomhaven stream, Frosthaven even, I understand why you spent the first 20 minutes just going, looking at the cards, kind of thinking,
yeah. And actually, that was pretty complicated. I really didn't grok the nature of that character I was playing in that stream until quite late on. These aren't too bad. Your character here is just leaps around a lot and does massive amounts of damage every now and then.
Okay. So, I've got two. I've played 2 cards. And then will you flip them now?
Yep. Flip them up. Which means, so good. My initiative here is 20. Yours is 64. So you're coming a bit later on. Oh, 60. You're choosing this one first.
Oh, okay.
So honestly,
the one that I choose in this slot, I guess. Yeah, cool. Okay,
I mean, it doesn't. Yeah, this is just in the mod. Usually you would just reveal it, and then we'll go over and look at this slot. And usually this is the point where you have a combination of all these little decks of cards that you'd have to go through, or you use an app, which I often do when I'm playing Gloomhaven for real. I go first, then the Bandit Guards, then the Human Scoundrel, which, by the way, is you.
Tom, the Human Scoundrel.
First of all, I'm going to play you and all adjacent allies this round. Add +1 attack to all of our attacks.
Oh, that's very nice.
I'm going to do attack 1.
To give you a quick insight into what I'm going to do this round, I'm going to run at them and stab them. Because that's
fantastic. I wouldn't have expected anything else from you, frankly. It's kind of the modus operandi of being a human scoundrel. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and I'm going to attack 1, range 3, stun. So I'm going to stun this elite guard, and that's going to be for a base of 2 damage. And now this is the point where I can draw an attack modifier, and I get a +1. So you'll see now there are these little decks basically, and there's a deck on my little thing here. Each character has their own combat deck, and as you level up and do things, you can modify that deck and put cards in it and take cards out of it, and they have different things, and you can have actual combos that struck together. It's pretty neat, I'm not gonna lie.
Where did you click to do that? Draw one thing.
There's a button on the right hand side called, at the top you have to click a thing called Battle Interface on the top right, and then it brings up a little box, and when you need to draw one for yourself, you click Draw Attack Modifier. Otherwise we go and draw them from the monster thing. So I do 3 damage to this bandito. This bad bandito. So we click the little minus button 3 times. Oh, no, he's got 1 armor.
1 shield, It's only 2.
So we do 2 damage. However, they are also stunned, which means we take a stun token and just drop it on their head, and then they get the thing, which is actually, I'm not going to lie, that's pretty neat.
That's very neat. So what does him being
goes
stunned
to show
do?
with tremendous amounts of love and effort, tabletop simulator games can actually be pretty neat. Stun means that next time they have a turn, they don't.
Cool.
So
Good
that
stuff.
bandit this turn is basically not doing anything. So next we go on to the banditos, and they are going to move +1, attack -1. Now this is the point where we need to go and actually have a look at the bandito character cards, see what their normal
The Wheel
stats
of
are.
Bandito.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So they have 3 and a 2. So it's move +1, attack -1. So they've got a move of 4 and attack of 1 for these normal ones, which means I'm going to go there, and 1, 2, 3. So they both attack me. Good. Someone's pointing out that the banditos all have giant footballs. They do look like. I think it's more that they look like they're to play beach volleyball. They're just like, boom,
They're getting
Except
ready.
beach
They've
volleyball
just, like,
with a
smacked
sword.
it down towards you. They're like slamming it to the ground. You're going to get whacked.
I've got to say, like, I'm glad it isn't, because otherwise the box would be the size of my house. But when you get this close to the art of the bandits and stuff, it's pretty cool. Like, when you're actually playing the game, they're like this big. So you don't really get to look at them very often, but it's pretty cool. All right, so they both attack me, which means now we're going to draw a couple of monster cards. So it's both attack 1 plus 1. So the first one does 2 damage, and then the second one is 1, 1. So that's 3 damage in total for me. So
Owie. That's a lot of damage.
it is. I forgot to give myself some items, actually. I should really give myself some items.
Oh, I forgot about my items as well. Power potion. Ooh.
I'll just shuffle this and take a couple and see what we get. I've got myself a
Wow.
shield and a potion.
Very cool. Okay, so you've taken... The bandits have done their banditing. It's time for the scoundrel to do my scoundreling.
Although actually, I'm going to say that I'm going to retroactively slightly cheat and say that, because that is the spirit of Gloomhaven. Gloomhaven is a very hard game, and it's all about retroactively slightly cheating. So I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to tap my my heater shield. I need to set up my thing to be 45 degrees. I'm going to tap my heater shield, which means
right?
I only take 1 damage. He's got it. Oh baby,
Lucky
he's got
for
it.
some. Okay,
Yeah.
I will tap my boots of striding and use my card, which is this one, the move 2, attack 2. So I now move 4 and attack 2. So I'll go whoop, 2, 3, 4. Oh, boink. I'm by El Capitan. And then I attack 2. So that's a 2 base, and then I draw a attack modifier, right? Plus 0. So I do 1 damage because they've got a 1 shield, right?
No. Only the special lad. Oh no, sorry, you are up next to the special lad.
I'm bashing special lad.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well,
That is
special
fine.
lad is no longer stunned.
Oh wait, no.
But
Hold on. Have you got that thing that means that we?
Yeah, you get +1
for all of our attacks.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's 2 damage. And
all right.
then
Nice.
that was my first trick, and then my second trick is attack 3, poison 1. No, poison and experience. So I attack the 3 with a modifier of -2. So that's a total of. So hold on. I attack 3, -2 was 1, plus your 1, so that does 2 damage, -1 because of his shield for 1 damage. And then he gets poisoned.
Poison.
What does poison do?
So poison.
Oh, you can't be poisoned and stunned?
No, the stun's worn off now because they basically would have taken a turn, but they didn't.
Oh, Morrigan is right that I should
Oh, hang on.
Yeah, I did a bad.
I wasn't looking at your cards because I was controlling the thing, but it's fine. We can retroactively do it.
Well, so I could say I use this one, the quick hands one, for its 2 movement, and I never did the original attack, but this one did
All right. Okay.
the damage and the poison, if that makes sense. Perfect.
Yeah.
Done. That just about
All right.
works.
I mean, sure. Like, I can't. You know, we're having a fun time. I'm not gonna start lawyering
It's
everything.
fine.
How much damage did it do? 2?
Yes.
1?
Yes.
All right.
You're right.
That'll
Let's
do.
leave it at that.
That'll do. For those of you tuning in, because there's someone asking about the stream with Dominic Crapshow playing Oceans will be next Tuesday. We had to push it back because of things. It's completely fine. We just thought we'd do something else for today, and we'll play it next Tuesday. So yeah, if you came here specifically for fish, then just come back next Tuesday. Don't worry about it.
There will be fish.
Okay.
There will be fish.
There will
eventually.
be fish. There will
Okay.
be fish.
That's the end of that round, right? And then I bin these cards. Put them in my discard.
Yeah, sorry. I've got to do a better job of being board game dad. Yeah, so you put them in your discard, and then that is a round of Gloomhaven.
Gloomhaven. Okay,
And then
so now Okay, let's get ready for my
Now you
next.
choose 2 more cards.
My next dazzling turn.
Well, yeah, we've almost half killed one of the banditos. Could be worse.
Oh, that's very good. But I presume there's another room, right?
Yeah. When we step on that door, it will open up lower than another
So
room.
I don't want to use really good cards yet.
No. And that's the difficult thing with this, is basically choosing when you want to try and... It's like you're basically trying to work out a very complex economy of being like, is it worth using this really good card? Because if you don't, then the mission might drag on longer. But if you do, then you might burn out earlier than you want to.
Yeah.
That's kind of the puzzle of the game.
Okay. Gotcha. Oh man, I wish I had that card I had last turn. This turn. That would be great.
And that is also arguably a core part of the Gloomhaven experience. All right.
Okay, that one. And done.
Okay, flip 'em, Dano. What you got?
Flip 'em.
Special
I got-
mixture and a single out. Okay, 33. Versus 19.
19. Wow,
Okay.
you got guns.
I do got guns.
Net shooter,
And then
flamethrower.
the bandit guard this time is 15, I think. So actually, I think the bandit guards are going first. Which means they shield. They do. You just gotta trust me. They
I do.
shield 1, retaliate 2, which is annoying. So they get 1 shield, and every time we hit them, they're gonna retaliate, which is not ideal.
That's terrible.
It is.
How do we show they've
However,
got the shield?
we don't. We just remember it when we're doing damage. However, and this is the fun thing, is it's like I'm now looking at it and they're going first, which means they just shield, fine. But it means now I was planning to use my flamethrower attack to just bump a couple of guys. But now I'm not so sure about that, because it's like they're going to hit me back pretty hard.
Yeah. Because you're in melee range. Unless I mean, your net shooter, you can do at range, right?
Yes,
So
I
you
can.
can move, and then you could shoot them with a big net.
I could. But I think I might just move.
Just do a big move.
Maybe just do a move. We'll see. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I might as well. I've got it, so I might as well. So I'm going to
When it says
move
retaliate
to.
two, like,
I'm going to take a
does that
step
mean they
back.
attack?
It means they retaliate and they just do 2 damage straight up. They don't draw any cards. It's just like as soon as you hit them, they deal 2 damage to you immediately.
Okay. And that's it. They don't then like attack you afterwards or anything. They just do 2 damage straight away. They just spike you.
In this, in this one, basically, it means they're just putting up the shields. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to step back for 1, and then I'm going to immobilize with my net gun these 2
Chung.
folks just there, and so it's attack 3. That's pretty good, actually. I was misunderestimating the fact that it's doing decent damage here. So attack 3, and for the first one, attack modifier +0. So we're going to do 2 damage to that because of shields. And next one, -1. So only 1 damage to there. However, they're both immobilized. And
That's good.
that's good. I will drop some feet on them whilst you plan out your thing.
Okay. Well, does poisoning count as attacking them?
So poisoning, basically, yes, because poison is probably going to be part of the attack, right? That you're
It's
doing.
not an
But
attack. It just says move 3, then poison.
No, that wouldn't. And poison, the way it works is it just means that when you attack them next, they will lose damage. They'll lose 1 extra heart.
One extra. Okay.
So it basically wound in this is the mechanic that works like poison does in most games of just hurting someone every turn. Where poison in this just, I always think of poison as being more like acid. It's like just makes them a bit squishier.
Okay. Well, after you moved away from them, that my single out is less good. How dare. So I'll just use that first. Yeah, I'll use that first on this guy up here. I'll take the 2 damage.
Okay.
For the retaliate. You're saying that like it's a bad idea, but Matt,
well,
I'm telling
no,
you,
it's not a terrible idea. It was more that like me taking 4 damage at once was not good.
So that's 3 damage, 4 damage because
Forks
they've
is poisoned,
got a thing.
And then
miss.
So you don't take 2 damage. You don't take 2 damage though. You give yourself health back because you don't take 2 damage because you missed. So that's nice.
Yeah, that's fine. But now, I do no damage.
Yeah, you don't do any damage.
And then I will move 3. What? I'll go.
I can see somebody in the chat saying that isn't the rule, Matt. Cheater. Okay, so maybe you are supposed to take it. But crucially, for those of you who watched the Frosthaven stream that I played with Isaac Childress himself, an important thing about Gloomhaven is it is not a brittle or a fragile game. You can get the rules wrong and it doesn't break the experience. And I don't know, like it's weird. Like a lot for me is the fun of Gloomhaven is basically a system that allows you to have a tactical combat game with a role-playing experience. And for me, like even if it is the rules that if you miss that they retaliate, but in me it's like for someone to retaliate, it's like the enemy didn't block it, you missed, and so it's just like. Yeah, I don't know. It's like the big question for me is like what makes sense most in the fiction of the game. But anyway,
here's another question. If I've got move 3 poison, can I move 2 poison then move 1?
I think so. Yeah. And why am I misremembering that with? I actually, I don't know.
No, you can't.
No, I don't think you can't. No, I was getting mixed up with what's it called? Imperial Assault there. I was like, so but then being like, no, hang on, that was the Star Wars one.
I'll move 3 then.
But you don't have to move. You don't have to move the full amount though. You can just move 2. You don't have to use all of it.
Yeah. I think it's fine. I think that'll do. That'll do me fine.
Sounds good. All right, cool. So now I'm going to press the end round button.
I've done no damage. It's a good turn. And then I can discard. Oh wow, this is a good mod.
It is a good mod, right? It is a good mod. And then we choose 2 more and start round. And when we start the round, I believe it actually flips our cards for us, so we can leave them face down.
Yeah.
What a treat.
Cool. What a treat indeed.
Oh, what a treat.
Oh, I see. Like, yeah, I'm seeing how it fits together now in a way that, like, I wasn't thinking about initiative that much.
Yeah.
Oh, I could do so much damage if you hadn't moved back, and I should have been like, no, don't move back.
Well, now this is the clever part, right? Is if we know that now you're not allowed to communicate with other players like really directly in this.
Yeah.
But apparently numpad 1 and 2 will place cards in the respective slots for you, which is quite neat.
Oh, very cool.
But yeah, we're not allowed to tell each other specifics. Like I can't say to you, I've got an initiative 20 card or whatever. But if you think you've got a move that is dependent on me being next to you, then we can say, look, well, I could say I could move quite early and you could move quite late, and then we could hopefully. So you can actually kind of still have that synergy.
Like the problem is that I've got, like, now I'm seeing that there needs to be the pre-planning, because the cards that I've got that I need you to move into place for would put me going, put me going first.
Your character is very fast is the thing. Your character is very fast. So generally speaking, it's like that's a thing. Start round.
Click. So the guards...
So once again, they're doing the same thing again.
Okay.
Cowards. shield 1, retaliate 2. So, and the order is you, then the bandits. So that's kind of good. So it means that you can hit them before they get the chance to be bad.
Which is good, because I've geared my entire turn towards whacking.
Right, brilliant. Well, you do some whacking. I'm just going to go to the loo.
So I'll hit for 3 damage to the guy in front of me, which becomes 4 because it's poison as well. And then I draw an attack modifier. 0. 4 damage. They're not shielding yet, right? So that's just 4 damage. Good, clean hit. Yes! Cool. Okay, good. 3, 4. And then I will do... You can click plus or minus to make Matt's cards bigger or smaller. Believe me, I'm aware of this fact. We spent a lot of... we played a lot of the Defense of Procyon 3. We talked about it on the podcast. And in playing that game, I would rename every one of the pieces because it brings me great joy. And then I'll do the second part of my turn, which is just a simple attack 2, because I did the bottom there, I'll do the top there. So attack 2, poison, so it's attack 3, draw a modifier, -1, so it's just attack 2, but it kills him. Bap. Defeat.
Defeated, yeah. That's great, because then I think you just click the word defeat, and then it turns into a coin.
There's a coin, and I have to hoover that up like a big vacuum cleaner.
Or you can hoover it up with a loot action, or if you just end the turn standing on it, then at the end of the turn, you get it.
You get it. It hoovers.
I'm going to attack to range 3 and then pull. So
pull, I presume, moves them directly towards you.
Yes. So I'm going to attack. Draw an attack modifier, -1. This means, again, 1 damage. Is this a discard one, or is it just a use one? No, it's not a discard one. I would not be so stupid as to discard a card for something so menial. And then basically, this bandit gets moved 1 step closer to me.
1 step closer to Tinker, baby.
And then I'm also just going to do move, and I'm going to go 1, 2.
No!
And get that little coin. I'll just take that little coin. That's just mine. I just put that over here on my little sheet. That's my little coin. That's my little coin. That's mine. That's mine. Just my little money coin. That's somebody already in the comments saying, somebody's saying, that's Gloomhaven. And it's like, yeah, it is. It's one of the magical things about Gloomhaven. It's just being like, we're working together.
Magical for you.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Cool.
Well,
all right.
Now I know what to play this game, I guess.
Well, I thought it was supposed to discard the cards.
With rest.
Do
you I've got 3 cards left.
How
come you've got so many more cards than me?
Because we have different amounts of cards. The characters are all different.
That's really
so mine starts with 12. However, one of my cards is gives me the ability to let you get all of your cards back from your discard pile.
Whoa!
So I might use that next round. I think the Tinker is kind of a support class. Well, I think that it's definitely a support class. So I think if you maybe just push forward and with an aim to going early and doing some stuff, then I could. Although you won't have discarded the cards at that point, but you will get some cards back.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, cool. Good to know.
Also, I think we got some experience points for that for last time. I'm pretty sure I got an experience point because it was on the
I
card.
almost certainly should be getting XP.
So I'll press add XP to both of us.
I should have 2 experience.
All right, I'll give you another one.
Yes, please.
Bang.
I think I should anyway.
I believe it. You've earned it.
And that's useful for the next game we're going to play.
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, you say that, but who knows? Maybe you'll end up Gloom hooked for Faven. Vofflin. So yeah, you can see your little character sheet down here is how you put in how much gold you've got, how much experience you've got, and this is all the stuff you can unlock, like all the ticks. So every time you get a tick from doing an objective in a mission, you do that, and every time you get 3 of them, or every time you level up, you get to choose a perk, which is perks are things that adapt to your deck. Also, there's a whole deck of other cards here, which are cards you get as you level up, which means you can like modify your deck and include more powerful cards or more nuanced cards. Yeah, there's a lot going on. Yeah, there's a lot going on. All right.
Okay.
Time to think about cards. All right, I'm going to press the button. Oh, human scoundrels straight out the bat. It's the human scoundrel. So listen.
I had to do it to him. Yeah.
So that means that I am not going to be, the enemies are not going to be standing next to me at the end of my turn. Or on your turn, probably, because...
No.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'm nervous that you're using your big recover all now, but that's fine. We'll work with it.
Well, it's good because you're going to get more cards back. Like...
Yeah. Fair enough. Okay. Yeah, no, you're right. You're very right. It's better to use earlier than later.
Yeah, it is, because later on you'll just get a few, so it's better to use earlier. But do just make sure you end the turn next to me at some point. I just need you close to me.
Oh, it has to be adjacent. That's interesting. Okay.
You see, now's the point where it's like we're starting to soften them up a bit. It might even be worth thinking about us moving towards the next room.
Yeah, sure. I'll move 5, using my first card, and go 1, 2. I think I'll just go there. I'll just only move 2 of that 5. I was going to do something else. And then I'll use my throwing knives. Attack 2, range 3, 2 targets, so I can hit both of them.
Absolutely. So, and get experience for the pleasure.
And do I draw modifiers separately?
Yes, you do for each attack.
Okay, so first attack to let's do say the first attack's to the big chief, which is +1 damage because he's poisoned. So that's hold on, and I'm doing attack 2.
Draw your modifier
card. -1 because he's poisoned. I'll be doing 3 damage, so I only do 2. But he's got a shield, so it does 1 damage. How cruel! And then the other guy is 2 damage +0, so just 2 damage. That's pretty good. Nice.
That's not bad, right? Maybe I should just wipe out this bandit guard so we have 1 left. It's kind of wasteful, but I'm going to do it. So, okay. -2, which means...
No.
So that is just... but it hits is the key thing. So that character is now poisoned, which is, remember, actually kind of worthless, because it only has 1 health.
Well, no, I mean, if we did, like, there could be a situation it's useful. Right?
And we power the leaf element up. Create element. Boomf.
Oh, it's
I've
strong,
created earth. It's strong. And next turn it will be waning, and then afterwards it will be inert again. Just like me.
Right.
Okay. So that was a rubbish toxic bolt, followed by I'm now gonna lose this card with 1 adjacent ally may recover all of their discarded cards.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome. So that's pretty huge.
Show my worth now.
That means you don't have to rest. You just get them all back. That's huge.
That's incredible.
It is. You probably can't quite understand how incredible that is, but that is huge.
It is huge. No, I can see it being huge. It's massive.
And then the bandits. Okay, so bandit. First of all, we'll start with the elite, who's got moved to attack 3, and it's going to move towards you.
Yep.
And attack you for 3, and it's a straight 3 damage.
2, 3. Good. That's not great.
And then, and then the other one is just going to move to the closest person, who is me, and is going to attack
2
for 2 damage. It's a straight 2.
Ooh. Not looking peachy.
Not looking peachy, but it's fine. We can deal with. We can deal.
We can deal.
Right. End round. Earth is now waning. I don't feel so good. All right. I think I'm just going to hit a guy and then try and heal you. Does that sound nice?
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds lovely.
All right.
Yeah,
isn't
I'm
that?
just
It's
gonna
like a
try.
mini holiday.
I'm gonna. Wait, you're gonna whack a guy as well.
Yeah, I'm going to just try and whack this poison guy dead.
Okay.
That's the poison guy. The guy closest to me. The crap guy.
Oh,
Okay,
I thought
so it's the bandit
did something that was
first.
smaller than 23.
Oh
Bandit
no,
first is
no,
bad.
because you want to go first, didn't you? You just put your card in the wrong slot.
Yes, I did. I did it again. Is that okay?
It's fine. Yeah, of course it is.
That
We just
gonna
say you go
freak out
first.
the round tracker.
No, we just ignore it. The round tracker is like a serving suggestion. It's like if you want to have cereal like that, you can do it. Yeah, that's it. It's fun.
Okay. Because I'm gonna try and do some chunky damage. I will do move 2, attack 2. And
All right,
go,
move 2, attack 2. Classic.
well, I'm just gonna move 1, attack 2, and I will attack
Attacking this one.
Chiefo. and I
Bandit
will
guard
drop-
1.
So that just does 2 damage as a standard, 3 damage minus +1 because of the thing, so 4 -1 because of the shield. So hold on, I forgot what I worked out there. It does 3 damage, right? It does because the shield and the poison cancel out.
Yeah, shield and poison cancel out.
So it does 2 damage plus the 1 from my attack modifier, so 3. And then my second thing happens, which is
Oh, I've confused the script by changing the name of the bandit guard. That's interesting. Okay,
we've changed
it's fine.
to
I
me.
changed it to Tom. Yeah,
Well,
it's a big twist at the end. The bandit guard captain was me all along.
So I do. My other one is an attack 3, +0 doesn't matter. Dead, defeated.
Dead.
Don't
Nice.
you dare.
Tom was
steal
defeated.
No.
Okay.
And
well,
I get
I am
experience
going.
for that as well.
Yeah, I am going to just use. I'm just going to do attack 2, move 2 as well. So I'm going to attack 2, draw modifier. Hooray!
Exactly
Ding
what you're gonna do as
dong.
well.
The bandit's dead, and
Yeah.
then I'm going to move 1 here. I'm not going to be an ass.
That's
I'm just
good.
going to do that, and I'm just going
Jolly
to
good.
take that. It's fine. So that's end round. Earth is
is
now
that so?
inert.
Oh yeah, so
Also-
you just use them both for the attack 2 and move 2. I see.
Just trying to draw the coin into my hand. I'll put it over there. Hooray! 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 Well done. We've done a room. Now, the first time I played this game, ages and ages and ages ago with my mate, I was like, "Oh, we cleared the room." So I guess we just the game stops now. We can get our cards back, and it's like, no. You have to now waste a turn going and opening a door, which is like, oh no! It's why sometimes you end up opening the door before the room is clear, just as a means of being like, let's keep going. But okay, so now we need to discard our cards. We've already done that.
Yep.
New round.
Or cards.
And I have one more round, and then I need to do a thing. So can you go and open the door?
Yeah. Okay. I've got a 5. I've got 5 move. So I presume I can go 1, 2. Open doesn't cost a move, right? Or is it just as soon as I hit that space? 2.
Okay.
3.
Yeah. Also, we do need to press the what's it called, the start round button.
Oh, oops,
Okay,
sorry.
cool. No, it's fine. It's fine.
But okay, yeah. But hold on, does that happen because I opened the door midway through that round?
Yeah, that's the way it works, right? As soon as you open the door, enemies appear, and
And
then they
now
would-
dealt into the initiative as well.
Yep. And actually, it would mean that, if you have a high initiative, so if you go early in the round, you can still walk in and potentially attack some of those enemies. If you go late in the round, as soon as you open the door, after that, after you've taken your turn, if there are enemies that have lower initiative, they go immediately. They just all go. So it's they definitely get a go, basically, which is sometimes not that good.
Oh, they've got an archer at the back as well. Okay. Range 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I'm out of range right now, right? Unless like, okay, so I'll and the bandit guards are gonna
But
move.
you have your boots. You have your boots.
They're tapped.
You've already tapped your booties.
Tap my booties.
Oh.
So what I might do is, well, I've got more movement, so I might move back here, and then I'll do some throwing daggers as my second thing.
Oh,
So
nice.
I had 5
now we're
moves.
talking.
Yeah.
Now
right.
we're talking.
So attack 2, target 2. So the first one will be the one straight in front of me. Oh, where's the Oh no, don't worry, I got it. Ah, 0. Attack.
Is it
plus
poison
2,
or
minus
anything?
2.
You got any poison
No,
on there?
just your bog standard daggers, I'm afraid. I know, pathetic. And then the other one, because it's target 2, times 2.
Ooh, double
So
damage.
that's 4 damage.
Nice. All right, we'll take
Very
it.
good. I'll take
We
that.
will take it. Okay, and then
I gain experience too.
You do get experience.
Scarred.
So I'm gonna remember what I'm doing. That's annoying. People aren't close enough. I can move 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, or I can move 1, 2. 1, 2, and then move 2. Attack full range 3. I don't think that's worth it. I actually can't quite meet the range anyway. So, rather than go 1, 2, I might as well just go 1, 1, 2. Stand on this just for a second, you know? I'll just stand on that.
Yeah.
Just stand on
Okay,
that.
that's reasonable.
Just.
I am no longer angry. I'm just disappointed.
Well, you weren't going to get it, were you?
I was gonna come back.
No, you never go back. You can't. You don't have time to go back in Gloomhaven. You pick it up on the way, or you never get it. All right. You gotta get it. You gotta get it. Also, there's nothing stopping us in this. Obviously, this game that we're probably just a one shot, but there's nothing stopping you in the campaign from having money and then giving it to other players. Like, it's technically your money, but there's nothing stopping you being like. And often it'll happen to people being like, "Oh, I really want to get these boots, but I don't have enough money." It's like, how much do you need? And it's like, I'll give you 10. Go for it. Like, you know, I'll pay this. I'll pay this levy to this horrible man who's going to murder us otherwise. And you can get the next one. Put it on my tab. Yeah.
So you're moving, taking my hard-earned cash.
Yeah, I am. And now, the bandit archer's gonna move normal, attack -1, range +1 with immobilize. So, let's see what we got. It's bandit guard, and oh, hang on, I think the bandit archer is over here. So, move of 2, attack. No, actually, move to attack 3, range 5. Okay. So, gonna move 2, and it's range 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Definitely gonna hit you there. Yeah, but it's attack minus. This is not me. This is the bandit archer.
Oh, sorry.
Don't apologise to me. Apologise to the bandit archer that's about to shoot you.
I'd love to.
I'm looking at the wrong bit now. Range 5 attack. So this has got attack of 2 so far. And we're just going to draw a little attack card. Ooh, +1. So that's 3 damage to you.
Did you heal me earlier?
I don't remember. I think I was supposed to, yeah. So I think.
That's fine.
But I don't
worry.
remember.
Well, you didn't.
You
stole instead. You stole.
Hey, I'm the world's worst healer. Okay. And you're also immobilized. So next turn you can't move.
Oh, goody.
Goody. And then move +1, attack -1 for the guards. So
They're just gonna both move and clobber me, right? Am I dead? Am I gonna die?
I mean, I hope not. So these bandits have got attack -1 at least, so they've got an attack value of 1. So that's not too bad. So That's an attack modifier of +2.
Yeah, that's quite bad.
So that's 3 damage.
From each of them, right?
No, from the first one. So this is the point now where you can choose not to take that damage and discard a card from your hand. So I think is it discard a card or lose a card?
Discard a card. Discard.
It's lose, I'm pretty sure. Discard would be too good.
Lose. Someone says discard.
But you get to choose. You get to choose which card you lose.
Lose, lose, lose.
Oh yeah, you can either lose 1 card from your hand or 2 from your discard. You probably want to lose 1 card from your hand.
Yeah. I'm going to get rid of... How does invisibility work?
You can't be targeted or attacked until the next turn. So basically, if you use it, it's quite clever, because if you use it at the start of a round, and then next round have a turn that's really late in the round, it means you are basically not attackable for like a longer amount of time.
Okay.
It loops around. Invisibility is pretty good. It might be what you need. I'm not going to lie. I have no cards in hand now, so I'm going to have a short rest. I'm just going to come back in. But, yeah, it might be a good idea to hold on to invisibility, because going early and making yourself invisible next round might be the only thing that keeps you alive.
Yeah.
All right, now we're going to draw a card from the second monster attacking you. +1.
So I have to get rid of another card?
Well, that's 2 damage. I mean, have you got any other items? Did I give you any items? Did I give you a potion or something?
I mean, I've got a potion, but it's a damage potion.
Right, that's probably not much use. Yeah, you might have to discard another card.
That's fine.
Yeah, lose another card. It's not ideal.
I have to, lose another card. So...
But don't worry, I'm going to come and heal you. It's going to be beautiful.
You're going to come and heal me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Next round. I definitely will be able to, in fact, because I'm taking a short rest, so... I just have to, like, randomly, like... I feel bad about this, but there's not really anything I could do, right? Because I couldn't do that much damage, and I couldn't heal you that much, because you didn't really have much health to heal. It would be a shame to lose a card to do 5 healing for just 2 health. But now, obviously...
I'm going to leverage that guilt and get rid of my healing card.
Okay, you do that. I've got loads of healing cards, so don't worry about that.
Perfect. I'm probably going to be going first, because I've got some pretty speedy cards. But I'm also going to be exactly
Well, you're not going to move this... Yeah, you're not. I know you're not going to move this turn, because your ankles have been well and truly spluffed up.
I didn't even see that. So...
Well, that's cool. Don't worry, though, because I'm going to come and heal you. You ain't got no idea. You're going to be healed so much, it's just going to be like, what happened? I feel like a new man. Somebody give me new legs or something? Because these legs, they feel wonderful. That's what you're going to say, okay?
Okay, I'm ready to feel that energy.
All right, okay.
All right.
New round. So first up, it's the Human Scoundrel with 6th. At 16, the Quattro Tinkerer. At 68, Bandit Archers. And coming in at 70, it's a Bandit Guard.
Let's use Backstab. No, let's not use it for its effect. Because it's attack 3. It is already adjacent to its allies, so it's not going to do masses. So I'll do the 2 damage from that to the one with 2 health.
Mm-hmm.
Please. Yeah!
Oh, another double.
Times 2s in a row. Nice.
Yeah.
That's
unlikely, but it did it. Great.
It did indeed. Trash King. And then, Invisible. And does that mean that little symbol...
Oh, no, you can't do that. You can't do that, Tom, because that's 2 tops again.
Ah, okay. Yeah, you're quite right.
The top and the bottom. Yeah, I'm going to come and heal you a lot, so don't worry too much.
So pull has to be towards you, I presume?
Yeah, I don't think you can use that now. I think it's like, it has to be, you can't pull them like to your side, I don't think. It has to be like dragging them towards you. Okay, but you can choose how it is pulled. It's very good for pulling enemies into traps, which is my favourite thing in the game. That's why I like being a rat mind thief, just being like, come to me. And then like making them fall into a bad pit of spikes.
So I guess I don't do either of... I go and do that then, and then I discard them. Because I can't. I kill the guy, and then I can't go invisible. I can't do a pull.
Can't do
So-
a call.
Oi,
Lads.
This is bloody Corona. Stop me
Welcome.
from pulling bandit archers.
Gloomhaven with lads.
Traps.
Gloomhaven with the lads. 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 And the HP Desk Jet 73720. Woo! HP Desk Jet. HP Desk Jet. HP Desk Jet.
Jet, because Desk Jet is our mate. And when we drink with Desk Jet, we put paper in his head.
Woo! Desk
It's a bit strange like
Jet.
that. Desk Jet.
That's all the Desk Jet banter for the stream. If you tuned in for that, you can probably tune out now. That's probably going to be it for now. A lot of love for Desk Jet in the chat. Actually, yeah, someone's saying I just got here. I'm leaving now. Fair enough. So I'm going to move 2. I'm going to go 1, 2. Bonk. And I'm going to heal you for 1. Bonk. And then I'm going to use my ranged heal for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Wow.
5. Right? See?
People
People said I wasn't good for it. People said I was a bad lad. People said you needed to just cut me out of your life and get away from me because I was a bad tinkerer. But no, I'm looking out for you. I lost a card for that as well.
Everyone said when I got this job, they were like, "Watch out for Mr. Lees. He'll take your money and leave you immobilized and hit by bandits." But here
Honestly,
you are.
so many people in this industry say that, and it's completely fair.
I've been noticing.
Listen, I gotta immobilize people every now and then. Gotta leave you in a dungeon with some bandit archers.
Yeah.
Steal all of your loot. All right. I am a terrible
I can
bastard when it comes to games. Okay, so that is now all of the actions for us that she wrote. We're going to see what
Yes.
the bandits do now. So the bandit archer is attack 1, range 1. So that's an attack of 4. So they're just going to attack you because you went first. So that's
Yep.
4 plus 1. That's 5
Wow.
damage.
That's good.
See, this is about like deciding later because it's like, hey, maybe you're going to take a long rest.
We love to see it.
Well, at least you're not immobilized anymore, though, so we'll take that.
You're quite right.
And then the bandit guard is move -1, attack +1. So that is
Oh,
attack of 3 as a baseline. This is pretty mean. Okay, so let's see what we draw. +1. Are you kidding me? So that's 4 damage.
okay.
like-
So I'll bin this venom shiv. It's all I've got left in my hand.
Yeah, I guess you got to bin that. How many cards you got in your
Unbelievable.
discard pile now? Probably not many. 6. Okay. Yeah, I think now this is the point where you probably want to take a long rest, just because you want to make sure you don't. You
Right.
want to choose which card you get rid of, because otherwise you could be really in a bad
Yeah. Okay.
spot.
So I long rest now. I take. So how? Explain how long rest works again.
The whole of the next turn you're out. Your initiative next turn is 99, which means you don't actually get the heal until the end of your next turn either.
Okay.
But you won't be a target because your initiative is 99, which means they will always attack me instead. Yeah, it's funny. Like, some people saying this is especially rough on you, and it is. I think there's a couple of things. There's like, first of all, like if you don't know what you're doing, it's hard. It didn't help that I didn't want to overload you with rules, so I just didn't explain how opening doors
That's
works,
fine.
which meant you did just walk in. Also, like, I'm kind of the healer in this, but we don't really have a tank. Like, you're kind of a bit like a glass cannon. So I think that the early missions are hard if you don't have somebody who's just able to actually take a hit. And I think I'm probably the person who's supposed to take hits. And, well, look at this. I'm standing behind you like a coward, so here we are. So the bandit guard is going to go first. Let's see what shakes out with this. Shield 1, attack 0, poison. That's not ideal, because there's no movement, which means it is going to attack Tom. Now have a look at that. Attack Tom with a value of 2. Okay, it's only 2 damage. So, and then poison. Is the poison going to make it so that the heal doesn't happen, though? That's rough. That's rough. That's really rough. Okay. All right. That's rough. That's really rough. Can't catch a break. All right. Then it's going to be me, and I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 over here. Actually, I'm going to go there. Got some bad news, Tom.
Oh, am I dead?
No, you're not dead.
Uh-huh.
But you did get hit by the bandit because he didn't want to move. And he bashed you and poisoned you. And unfortunately, the poison means that you're not going to heal either.
Oh, right.
It's incredibly unlucky. All right, I'm going to hit the archer. And... Oh, okay, +2. So that's good. So that's 3 damage to the archer. And the archer is stunned, which means the archer just doesn't take his next action, which is now, effectively. So that's not too bad. So that's that round. So it's end of round.
End around. I don't heal. But
You don't heal, but you do remove the
all
poison.
my cards back except for one.
Yes, and you get to choose which one you don't.
Yep. And poison is now gone.
Yeah, the poison's gone. You just don't get any healing. But I'm going to try and heal you because I've got the capacity to do more healing. I can just keep healy. I say that.
So
I need
there to be night magic top thing. Okay, hold on. With this smoke bomb card, Matt, what does this little symbol here mean on the top right?
1 second. Oh, okay. So that basically powers up the dark energy. As you play through the campaign, if you're playing with lots of people, it might be a thing. But if you're playing with just 1 or 2 people, it might be a thing where you go, well, I've got an ability which can use frost energy. And you go, oh, cool. Well, I'll use this weapon that creates frost energy. And then you can, synergize.
Okay.
But in the early game, unless you have a pair of characters that just naturally synergize, often it's just like, well, I make something and then it disappears, and you make something and it disappears. It's why it's an incredible amount of admin when you first start playing Gloomhaven as a physical game that just you forget about. I just forgot to do it. The whole tracker was just like, we just never did it. But I do it on this because it's easier. I can see people in the chat being like, oh, you're making me want to play Gloomhaven. Honestly, this mod is really good. I'd really recommend just play it on this for a bit. I mean, the Kickstarter for getting a copy of Gloomhaven has just ended, so it's like, no one's going to begrudge it you. If you love it, then you might want to buy a physical copy of Frosthaven when there's more printing, if it reviews well. Hey, go and check a review out on a website. I can't remember the name of the website, but I'm sure they'll do a good review of that game when it comes out. Yeah. And excitingly, actually, it's not really a reveal, actually, but it's just me remembering this. Something I'm going to be getting soon, a physical copy of, is Jaws of the Lion, which is the mini Gloomhaven in a mini box. The one that comes with just like 4 characters and a mini campaign. And I figured, and I've just remembered this, so this isn't me being clever. I figured, maybe ahead of time I could teach Tom how to play it, and then maybe I could do a thing that lots of people suggested in the chat of I could send you one of the little boxes with a character, so you have the cards physically in front of you, and then we could basically play it like TTS, but with my hands moving things around on the stream, which I thought would be really fun.
That sounds cool.
Yeah. So, what's going to happen?
Okay, I've placed one thing down about the second.
Oh yeah, I've got to work out what I'm going to do. I guess I should keep healing you so you don't die.
That would be nice. I think I'm going to go first because I think I've got a pretty chunky card.
I think you should leg it and try and hit the archer if you can.
Oh, you really think?
Yeah, I think so. Because I've got an ability to kind of immobilize this guy and get away from him. So I think we just focus on her.
I think I can liquefy him.
I still think the archer is dangerous, but if I can get close enough to the archer as well, then maybe that'd be okay.
Because she's going to attack you on this turn.
Yeah, right, actually.
And I think I can just make this guy... I think I can kill him in 1 turn.
Those are some big potatoes.
I think. Maybe not, but we'll see.
Those are some big potatoes. All right, we ready to start the round?
Hold on, let me just make sure that he's dead.
I literally pressed the button. I've still got it held down. I don't know if it's going to release when I release it, so I'll hold on until you're ready.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right, it didn't. All right. So yes, luckily, just by a close, small amount. So you're first by a long, long way.
Yes. So I'll do the top of backstab, which means I have to discard the card, but 3 damage, add 2 attack when it's adjacent to any of your allies, which he is, and add 2 attack when it's adjacent to none of his allies. So that's
7 damage.
All right.
I really, really hope you don't pull a miss now.
And I guess I get... Okay, yeah. Yeah, oh, you just added that thought into my brain. Okay.
I'm sorry, that's Gloomhaven, man. Honestly, like, I swear, we had one game where it's like one game where Laurie, my good friend who was playing as this character, same as you, Scoundrel, had an attack card that meant they were going to do 14 damage in one turn, and it's like miss. It's like,
well, here we go. Moment of truth. Hey!
+0. Hooray! Great.
Bob.
Dead. Defeat. Okay.
I feel a fool for because I had a loot card as my other card.
Well, you don't have to use it. You can use it as a move and just step on one of the things.
Yeah, which I'll do.
Oh no, it's just I see. It's just yeah. Never mind.
No, I did have a loot which would suck them in, right? If it was a loot 1. Or... Yeah. Oh well.
So I am going to do heal 2 at range 3, so you can get 2 health back, and then I'm going to attack 3 to this bandit archer character, and let's draw a modifier. Okay, 3.
Very good.
So they're almost dead. They're probably going to attack me now. We'll see. Yeah, attack +1, range +1. That's attack of 4 as a base. Okay, so that's 4 damage. Oof.
Ooh.
That's spicy. What potion did I bring? I've got a healing potion. I'll be fine. Nice. I'll patch myself up. All right, cool. End of the round. Are you just going to go and kill that person?
I'm going to pull them into a trap, I think.
Oh, nice. Because that will get rid of the trap then we can get out of the room.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Maybe I should have a long rest then.
With pull, like, say for example, I was standing here. Could I pull 1, 2? Like 1 towards me, then 1 to the left of me.
Well, if you were where? Sorry, if you were here.
If I was here on this space.
No.
But if I was here,
but if you were here,
like,
yeah.
1, 2. Yeah.
Yes.
Great.
So it is actually possible to pull them through both traps here, but you wouldn't want to do that because the first one would free up, and really we'd like this one to be clear. Because then we can get through the next room easier.
Once I pulled it into the first trap, they'd die, and then wouldn't be able to pull it to the second, right? Okay. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Cool. Well, I mean, I'm fine. I think I've got exactly what I need to do.
Okay. So you're first by quite a margin.
So I'm just gonna move.
I'm gonna nip to loo and get a slice of bread. Back in a sec.
Ooh, bread.
Not from the loo. I'm not gonna get a slice of bread from the loo. I should clarify.
Not toilet bread. My favorite kind of bread. And then so I move there for 2, and then I pull it 2 with a range of 3. Womp. And I presume that the spike trap just gets binned. Pick up your coin. Yeah, I get money. Where do I put it? On the coin pile, of course. And then I'd get myself. Oh wait, no, I'd put it on my player sheet. Do you think Matt would notice if I took one of his? I'll just nab one, see what happens, see what he thinks. I am really enjoying Gloomhaven, and it does make me want to buy it, but no one's going to play it with me at this point because I'm only in my student house for another month. I've actually been talking to Matt about moving because I live in Southampton on the south of England, and I'm going to have to move soon away from all of my nice friends, which is very sad. So now is a bad time to buy Gloomhaven, of all games. We're halfway through a game of King's Dilemma as well. And that's going to get put on hold for the foreseeable future. Sad. Anyway, Matt's going to come back. Matt's now sitting down and just welcome to Tom's Lonely Sad stream where he talks about not being able to play King's Dilemma. It's great. And yeah, I should add the poison trait now that I've eaten the brownie. That's very fair. Toilet bread.
I haven't got any water. I'm going to choke to death on my own toilet bread. It's good bread though. It's good bread. Got a good bread. Good bread on this. Actually.
Brian is in chat saying I bought King's Dilemma right before this started, but now we just wait. It's sad but true, but it's so worth it. I'm
in the same boat. I've got a copy of it knocking around in my cupboard, and it's like, you know what? But it'll still be good. Life is really long, so it's fine. Just a bit of a bread update.
Close up bread.
It's my bread.
What a nice toilet bread.
Look at that though. Lovely crumb on that. Lovely crumb.
That's lovely.
Lovely crumb. Delightful.
Oh my. Yeah, anyone that's got King's Dilemma and wants to play it now, but don't. I think it's probably not worth playing over Skype. I think being in person around that table is the best part of it. One of my favorite things, we ended up, because our house has kind of acted as a bit of a hub sometimes, where there's like 5 people. Well, there were 5 people living here. Now it's a ghost town, but they'd also have like lots of very like they'd have their partners would turn up and that kind of thing. So we ended up playing a 10-person game of King's Dilemma, where each of the houses was basically represented by 2 people, and they would argue amongst themselves about what their responses to each of them should be. So there was like, the king and queen of, Tomtown or whatever. And it was like, I think we should support the rebels. And then my partner was like, no, we absolutely stop it. No, we shouldn't. And I was like, wait, what? I thought we agreed. So I'd very much recommend playing that kind of game of King's Dilemma when you're allowed to gather in a group and touch cardboard surfaces together.
I really enjoyed playing, and the one time I did it, I really enjoyed playing Twilight Imperium in teams of 2, which had the same sort of energy of like, just having conversations with different people and then being like, yeah, we're going to attack them, and then being like, but I literally just said to them we weren't going to attack them, and they're like, yeah, but look. And then you go, oh yeah, okay. It kind of gives it a bit of a mega game vibe. It's really enjoyable. Also, it means like with 2 pairs of eyes, you can see everything going on. Like you don't miss any trick, which is cool. So, have you killed the bandit archer? If you dragged it onto the trap, then it's dead.
Defeated.
Defeated.
Morton who says, for those of you who have tried War of Whispers, the new edition with all the juicy tokens is worth it. And I will speak for myself and Matt and say, the tokens, who cares? Right?
Yeah, it's very good with the cubes. Like I think it would have been nice. Like I kind of like the idea of having some little things on the board for like little towers or whatever for like to represent the building types. But you don't need it. Like I like the cube version. I like the cubes, but it's a great game.
So I did some movement. I did some putting things into spike traps.
All right, I'm gonna go into the next room. Like an absolute.
Oh what?
No, that's a terrible idea. That's terrible. It's a terrible idea. I'm just going to stand here.
Like stand here and take the cash. Yeah, nice.
Coward mode activated.
I can't lie. I feel bad already because I stole one of your coins while you weren't here, and I put it. It's weighing heavy on me, so that you can have it back.
Treachery. You will be killed. All right, okay. So that's that round, and then I'm going to do a long rest this next turn. So I'm going to press the long rest button.
So I've only got 2 cards left.
Long rest.
But I guess there's isn't that much point in me long resting?
I think, I'm not going to lie, we might kind of be screwed.
Okay, cool. Good to know.
You should do a long rest, because I'm going to do a long rest, which means there are no enemies. So...
Oh, right, okay. Sure. Let's both long rest, but I have to get rid of a card. This game's horrible.
Yep. It's good, isn't it? Oh, hang on.
Oh, I realised that I should have discarded that because I used it for the lost ability. I binned it fully. So I've only got 5 cards.
Oh, I did it randomly, do I? Oh, I'm an idiot. I'll choose one. Okay. Bread was a bad choice. I shouldn't be eating toilet bread.
Yeah. Someone had Little Miss Evelyn chat saying, surely you both get stat boosts from toilet bread and poison brownies. We definitely get debuffs, I think, from both of the things that we just chose to consume.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah,
it's worth. I think I say this like every time we stream or do anything, but my room becomes so warm this time of the evening.
Oh, really?
Afternoon. Well, there's a right next to me. This, the joys of living in industrial, horrible Southampton is that just outside. So my window backs out onto a garden, which is lovely, and then at the end of the garden is like basically a boarded up factory, and the roof of the factory has like this nice it's like a metal roof that's angled in such a way that it like powers like a beam of sunlight directly in through the window, like a horrible magnifying glass that I am an ant underneath, and it just cooks me. Terrible.
Cooked,
anyway.
Cooked and bombed. All right.
Cooked and bombed.
We did a rest, which means we get, is it 2 health back? Or 1? 3 health? I can't remember.
Oh yeah, I forgot about. Wait, how much health do you get from long rests?
2.
2. Wow, pathetic. Okay.
I know, but I have got my heater shield back, which is good.
Good stuff. Okay, and then so I've got plenty health. I can move through you, I presume?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
Right, so I think we just have to like leg it in, cause intense damage, run away.
Sure. Okay, that sounds good. Well, okay. So if I make myself invisible, is that a good idea?
It's not a terrible idea, but like, I don't know.
Because I can like scout ahead and see what's in the room, I guess, if I'm invisible.
Well, it doesn't quite work like that. The problem is now, how many cards you got in hand?
4.
And you've just rested. So the problem is, you've got 2 turns. Then you're going to get rid of a card.
Yeah.
Then you've got 1 turn, and then you're going to get rid of a card. And then you've got 1 more turn. So really, we're kind of out of time. So really...
Okay. Gotta zoom.
We just got to try and run in, batter everything, and hope that we win.
Okay. Sure. Actually, sorry, the card that I got rid of, I'm going to change which card I binned from my long rest, I think. Because I think that's not as useful as that. Okay, I think I'm still going to go invisible, but I'm going to be... Because the other thing my invisible does is does a load of damage on my next attack. It doubles my next attack, which is quite good. So I think I'll go invisible. I'll run in and go invisible at the same time, and then next turn I'll just focus on dealing a shed load of damage. That seems reasonable to me.
That seems pretty cool.
I'll go 1, so I move 5, so 1, 2. So what's going on here then? Oh, lordy lord.
Skeletons!
So these tables are cover? Question mark?
You can shoot over them.
That's nice.
And you can jump over them, but you can't walk through them.
Okay, how do you jump over them?
It's an ability.
Alright.
But if you're going to go invisible, you can stand in that slot and all the enemies won't be able to get past you because they won't attack you, but also they won't be able to walk past you.
Yeah, so I'm going to go there. I'm moving all the way up to there with my 5 move, and then I'm going to go invisible. One invisible scoundrel. And then that goes into my... this thing, right? Cool. Okay.
I'm going to do 4. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to use my attack thing to attack 4, range 3, and I can target both these guys. That is a lost card. Yeah, I know, right?
Is bananas.
Pretty good. Yeah, I'm doing it. Okay. Modifier 0.
Nice. Quite potent. I wish I'd
not
have
a
saved
good-
my throwing daggers, but hey.
Well, we all say that. And then... So yeah, also, yeah, we didn't account for shield on these.
Okay, so 1 extra health each.
Yeah, one out. Oh, 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 oh. I get a couple of XP for my thing. Oh, and also it's 1 modifier card per target, which means I'll draw a second one for the second one. -1. Okay, cool. Slightly less damage. Woo! Okay, it's fine because the way it worked is you ran in.
Yeah.
The enemy started. Then the enemies took their turns.
Yeah.
And then they couldn't shoot anything, so they just didn't do anything. And then I ran in. And the bony boys do nothing. They just move 1 attack. All right, sweet. Round end.
Okay. Well, I've got
Everything
tons of choice.
is fine. Everyone is still alive.
So you said it's more beneficial for me to go at the end of the round? Because I get my invisibility for the whole round if I do that?
Yes.
Sure. Okay. So I'll clear up the 2 skeletons then. Although I don't know if I can go at the end of the round. I might go a little bit obviously I can't give you specific numbers, but it's not it's like the mind, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I might be in a lot of trouble anyway, so we'll see. I could heal you up, though.
My next attack does double damage as well, which is nice.
Okay, so... Bear in mind, though, skeletons usually quite slow.
Oh, Matt, so when it says... So on my smoke bomb card here, it has this, like... Talk me through this iconography real quick. At the bottom.
So, on the bottom...
Yeah. No, sorry, on the bottom of the top, if that makes sense.
Oh, okay. So this means that basically you would... So this card, after you've used it, it just means you would put one of your little tokens, one of these little trackers on there, and then basically when you use it, you would then move that tracker off it. You then get 2 XP, and then you would lose the card.
Okay, right. Okay, gotcha. Which is going to happen next turn, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Cool. Perfect. Cool. Okay, I'm ready.
I'm going to aim to kill at least one of these skeletons in the hope that you'll be able to then...
I'm going to
360 blaze
kill the skeletons.
Okay.
I think. Hold on. I mean...
Is there no way you could...
I can do either, yeah. I can try and do both. We'll see what the initiative is, and then we'll just make our plan on the go, I guess.
All right, we're starting the round. Boom.
Right.
I'm up first.
So,
it's me. It's your boy, the Quattro. I think I might be a lady, in fact. Tinkerer. Right. I'm sorry for eating bread on the stream. I shouldn't have done it. It's very rude. I do it every stream. I forget. But I just got delicious bread in the other room, and I'm like,
I ate a whole brownie that's going to kill me, so don't worry.
Please don't die of brownie.
I'll try my best.
Okay. That's all I can ask.
So the bandit archers are attacking with extra damage, and the skeletons are attacking with even more. I like they're called living bones. That really tickles me. Skeleton 2 mainstream, I guess. It's living bones. So if you want to whack them first, and then I'll try and do some damage on those archers at the back.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to do attack 3. The last of this bread. Attack 3 on the 2 skeleton. 3 minus 1, that's 2 damage, which means 1 damage. And then I'm going to go 1, 2, 3.
What? What?
4.
Well, that seems highly unfair.
Is there anything else I could do? Because I thought you were going to be invisible for longer, is the thing.
I'm not.
Mm.
Am I going to get liquefied next round, Matt? Am I going to get made into soup? My worst enemy.
Yeah, I think
in chat. This is co-op, right?
Yeah, I can't really do anything else. I mean, I got it wrong because you said you were going to stay. You said you were going to stay invisible for a long time. So I guess for you, 64 is a long time, because you're so fast.
Well, yeah,
but...
my hope was that it was going to be. Yeah, that was like the lowest card I had. So I was hoping I'd be invisible till the end of the round.
The thing
I
is,
guess not.
I could stay in the room, but then both the archers would shoot me, and I'd probably die.
Yeah.
And I feel confident that you're going to do great.
Oh, well, thank you.
And I'll be there.
That's so kind.
Soon.
Okay, well, I mean, this is fine. This is fine. This is fine. I mean, these skeletons are going to want me, so I think I've got to attack them.
3, though. That's double damage. That's pretty great.
Yeah. So I'll do the 6 damage, as it were, on Living Bones
on the
6. 3. On the 3.
Right.
So that's, hold on, so I do double damage on this one, so that's 6 damage, draw attack modifier, miss, of course, fine, that's pretty classic.
I mean, you have, to be fair, you have had a couple of double damages today, so...
Yeah,
but...
so it's karma, right? Look, you know, you can say all these things to make yourself sleep better, but you know that none of them are going to be, I
wonder if you should,
make this okay.
I wonder if she should run away. So the other one moves to attack 2. I mean, how hard are these skeletons going to hit you? Attack plus 2. That's
2,
pretty.
yeah.
That's pretty hard.
So
and also, yeah.
Quite hard.
I think maybe you should run away and use your boots to run away further.
Yeah. Can I attack then move? Sorry, we've probably been through this. Or
I don't think you can, because that's the order on that. It's like move then attack.
So you then attack. Can I attack you?
Hey! Hey! I've looked after you. Remember when I healed you up to 8 health? What have you ever done to me? Hey?
I mean, here's the thing. All that's going to happen is I'm going to move. I'm going to have to burn another card because I'm going to have a long rest. And then I'm going to be down to, like, no cards. I'll have 2 cards.
Yeah, and that's not ideal because then you probably won't be able to... I mean, maybe you should just try and whack the skeleton that's got 1 health.
Let's whack the 1 health skeleton. Move 2, I'll stay in place. Attack 2, and as a last-ditch effort, I'll drink my minor power potion.
You know what you could do? You know what you could do? You could... Oh, no, because it's move 2, then attack 2, isn't it? Yeah, go for it.
So I'll drink the potion as well, because that gives me +1 attack, and this is like a very much a last-ditch effort. So I do... It's 3 damage base, -1, so it does 1 damage, killing the living bones.
Living bones.
Why won't it let me? There we go.
You have to click on the defeat bit.
I clicked it. It didn't work. Weird. Okay, and then that's me. That's my go. And my invisibility status is removed.
Yeah.
And
which is
I
unfortunate.
No longer have that smoke bomb card, and these cards go into my discards.
So the bandit archer is going to hit you for 2 damage. +1 for 3 damage. So it's 3. So that's 3 damage.
Yeah.
And then the second one is going to hit you for 3 for 2 damage.
Yeah, and I've got no cards in my hand.
Oh no, but you can. Oh yeah, no, you're probably boned.
Fittingly, because of the skeletons. I mean, so I can get rid of 2 cards from my discard pile, right?
Yeah.
But then when I then rest,
draw up. You only have 1.
Card. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You're dead. I'm
Bobo the Fool. Well, at least now I'm out. I can just watch this cool shut up and sit down stream.
Yeah, I hear it's pretty great. They've got like a printer. All right.
Someone said when you got the printer out, they were like, "Is the printer a relative of Big Ben Barry?" God rest his soul.
Literally for a second, like, this is kind of sad in a way, but my immediate reaction to that was, I miss Big Ben Barry, but I kind of do. Like, even though he's a fictional character, it's like we were having a lot of fun filming reviews before all of this. But it'll happen again. Okay. Nothing else happens.
Big bin
Let's see what
Barry
happens with my suicide mission next round.
Actually, I was going to ask you this off on Slack or something, but I was thinking about making some Twitch emotes. Do you think that's is that an easy thing to do?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, go for it.
So we've already got Shadow of Zidane already has some.
Yeah, somebody made us a bunch of them, but yeah, absolutely, go for it.
Because I was thinking we should, there's some good ones. Let's get a Big Ben Barry emote. Let's get. Cool. I'm gonna message you, Onderin afterwards, who has made the previous emotes, which is great, templates and stuff. I feel like that would be a fun time. We could have some live updating Twitch emotes for each stream. I want a Trash Gang one.
Yeah, Trash Gang seems like it's got a pretty essential thing at this point.
Yeah.
All right, great news. The Living Bones are going first. And they are going to shield 1, heal 2, self. That's annoying. And then I'm going, and then the archers are going to move attack 1, range -1. People saying get the chest and run, which is the classic technique. Just get the treasure. You know what? I've got a potion. So I'm going to drink my potion, and let's see what happens. I'm going to go 1, 2... And what have these got going on? They've got attack they're definitely going to be able to hit me there, but 1, 2, 3. Attack 2, range 3, poison.
Get the chest and run.
And then 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to attack this person. Attack 2 with poison. +1. Oh, nice. Could still happen. Could still go very badly. And bandit archers are both going to attack me for attack +1, which is 3 damage, I think. 3 -1. That's 2 damage. I'll take it. And then the next one, 3 -1 for another 2 damage. I'm actually going to use my heater shield there to block one of it. And
very
then,
nice.
Yeah. Okay. That's it. Right. End round.
How is one Tinkerer going to survive against 3 large skeletons? Well, 1 skeleton, 2 archers.
With difficulty.
But the archers have got skeletons inside them, so, who knows what's going to happen.
But I'm just crazy enough to make it happen. All right. Maybe. We'll see. Okay. So bandit archers going first. Sneaky. Move -1, attack -1. Create a 3 damage trap and an adjacent hex closest to an enemy. So, I can't remember how they do. They want to move into range, but they don't really need to get into range, do they? So, attack -1 is just attack 1. So it's 1, -1. First one does nothing. Ching! 1, -2. Second one does nothing. I'm invincible.
This is
and the Living
unbelievable.
Bones is going to move -2, attack 0, heal 2, self. Just bloody healing. And what's that going on with? Okay, that's going to be movement -2, so movement of 1. Okay. Can I get anywhere safe? Probably not. What's the attack value actually? Only 1.
This is a
Not that
wonderful
dangerous.
demonstration of solo Gloomhaven as well. This is
And
should
then-
you be so inclined.
Yeah, right. And then we need a couple of traps. I'm not sure where the traps are. I think they're in a bag somewhere. Oh, you know what? I can just copy some of these. It's fine. They're going to put them here because that is equally close to me. That's Gloomhaven.
That's Gloomhaven.
That's Gloomhaven. And then I'm going to go immobilize and then move 2, which means this skeleton is like, oh, what happened? I can't move. You can give him an immobilize if you want. What a treat.
Oh, thanks, thank you. It's good to be part of the game.
And then I'm going to use my attack 3 with a wound and fire. So,
Wow.
attack 3 +1. That
Wow.
dead as hell. Attack 3, normal 3. Okay,
All this
fine.
loot. Just what you
I know,
wanted
right?
all along. You just waited till I died to then activate, kick in.
Well,
T1000 style. Unbelievable.
that's not true. I just misjudged it. It happens. And then the living bones can't do anything but loses its thing. All right. End round. Unfortunately, now I have to do a short rest because I have lost all of my cards. And that one is discarded and that one is lost. So let's flip these, shuffle them, and draw one of them off. What have I discarded? My net shooter. Okay. And then, okay. I think I messed that up, but I'm not going to go back now. I'm not going to go back because it's not that relevant. Somebody's going to say, hey, you should have done the thing, but it's fine. All right, I'm going first. Ready
Zap
for this? Zap 'em, zap 'em, zap 'em.
Then
This is
whack
going to
'em.
be great. Zap 'em or whack 'em. First of all, I'm going to create 1 6 damage trap in an adjacent enemy hex. So, I am going to... Oh no, not that. Sorry, that's the wrong place. I'm going to put them on the... You allowed to put traps where the coins are? Maybe you're not.
Has to be empty. There's just one tiny £1 coin on the floor.
It's a
and you can't
massive
set up
coin.
your-
It's this huge
It's
coin.
huge.
Oh, but that's my turn. Oh, I don't like it. All right, well, I'm not going to do that card then. I'm going to retcon it. I'm going to do something else because I made a mistake. Okay, cool. So I'm going to do this then. I'm going to attack 1, stun, and attack 2, range 3, poison. So,
Okay.
what's the living bones going to do?
What is the living bones going to do?
Move normally and attack. Attack -1, target 2.
Wait.
Okay.
And that's apparently chat's saying they're top and top.
Both tops. Oh, hang on. They are. Sorry. Gosh. No, I'm going to do the attack 5, range 2 one. That's the one. Sorry, I'm getting confused. So, yeah, I'm going to do attack 1, range 3. I knew I did make a mistake there, but it's you can ignore that. So I'm going to attack 1 on the archer. 1. It's a miss. Okay, that's fine. And then I'm going to attack with the 5 and lose the card with this. Draw attack modifier. -1. Okay, so it's -1. 3 damage. Could have been better. Could have been better. So we got move, attack, and then it's going to attack me for a whopping 1 damage. Uno damage. -1. Nothing.
Wow.
Absolutely nothing. And then the bandit archer attack -1. 2 targets. Not 2 targets here anymore, I'm afraid. So I think that's an attack value of 1. Yeah, I'm just going to say it's 1. Because my brain is slightly jellifying.
Archer is stunned, says chat.
Oh, is it actually? You see, that's another interesting thing, right? People might look at how I play Gloomhaven and be like, Matt, you're getting it wrong. And arguably that's entirely true. But at the same time, like, how can you shoot an arrow at someone and miss them and then have them being stunned? You know what I mean? So it goes both ways. Sometimes I make the game easy for myself, but sometimes I make it harder for myself. It all lands roughly in the right place.
Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah, but I guess it's like, I don't know. Anyway, cool. That's that. Oh, I feel bad now because, like, I think you just had a really unlucky.
Hey, it's fine.
I think you just had a really unlucky round, like really unlucky level.
I had a few. Yeah, I think that it's interesting that, the character combo is a weird one because we're both like, it's like we're both low health. I mean, how much does the brute have? I guess is the question. If I pop it on, like, is this gonna freak the game out if I put it down? But I guess it will. I'll find out at the end.
What if you start a new character and?
Yeah, I wonder if it'll feed it into the initiative and stuff. But I'll work it out afterwards. But it's interesting to know, like, what.
So, this enemy should have lost a health at the start of their last turn anyway, because of the wound. And then I go first.
Wow. You can do it.
And I'm going to do you and all adjacent things add +1 to attack, and I'm going to do a normal attack for attack 3. +1, 4 damage. That skeleton is defeat.
Oh, let me press the defeat button. Oh.
Sorry, I already did it. I'm sorry.
That's
and
fine.
then, hey, I don't even need to do anything to this person. So actually, I'm gonna just no, that's my whole turn. But then I'm just gonna not do anything because that's the end of my turn. And then this archer's like, I'm gonna shoot you with a bow, but then remembers she's mortally wounded and literally just goes, and dies.
Da, 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 da. Wow, wasn't that a fun adventure we had at the end there?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think that was a fun adventure, and unfortunately, you'll be pleased to know at least that all of this treasure in this room
is all yours.
I don't get any of it.
You don't get any of it.
Don't get any of it. So
that kind of makes sense. That,
does it?
As in, no, it doesn't make. Sorry, as in, it makes.
It makes sense for the game mechanics.
It makes me feel better.
It makes sense for the game mechanics, but it doesn't make sense. But unless, like, every mission, you're like, we need to flee immediately because of something.
Yeah, no, I get that.
But mechanically, it makes a lot of sense because it means that stopping to get coins is a kind of a
trade-off.
Sometimes an asshole move if you need their help and they're running around getting coins. So that's
Gloomhaven.
That's Gloomhaven. Gloomhaven.
Gloomhaven. The theme
So what
song.
was it you wanted to have a look at the Cragheart, the brute?
Oh yeah, someone says that someone in chat said that he starts with 10 health, or she, I don't know.
Yeah.
Or
I think it's a he.
those that lie betwixt. I like how every time the wow, glittery. That's so interesting because not at all what I thought the brute character would look like, in the sense that kind of like visually, yes, but the gold sparkly and the blue and stuff like that is like, you know, you in games it's always like the brute is like a red, like, you know, like red character with like a, you know, that, do you know what I mean? I don't know, like blue is a weird
I do know what you
character,
mean,
like
but
the tank.
it's still a creature with 3 massive horns and it's pretty like menacing.
I see that.
So yeah, I get you.
Like,
I mean,
the
honestly,
blue,
like
and the gold.
I think the gold is maybe a little bit that may be to do with the way they've scanned in the sheets. It's not. I don't remember it being that quite that bright and thing. But no, like all of the character design in this is a little bit interesting. I think like it's all just a little bit like.
Cragheart's cool.
Yeah, Cragheart is cool. I got him out to just give you a quick show because like Cragheart's one I've not played, but I had somebody play as them in a game, and it's like they basically just like constantly exploding. So they're just like a lot of their moves are just like do a lot of damage, but also hurt allies and themselves.
Right.
So it's like every character kind of has a gimmick in a way, but
yeah,
it's like you kind of can't. Some of them you don't see immediately. Like I think Tinker's one is like having that card that lets you get all of your cards back is kind of huge.
Yeah, that is.
But it
massive.
still didn't save you. Didn't
save me. Wasn't quite there.
Wasn't enough.
Well, that was really fun. I enjoyed that a lot.
Yeah, it's fun, right?
I count myself a fan of Gloomhaven. That was nice.
It is fun. Like I think it's like this is one of those small handful of games where actually like you do lose something by not be sitting around a table and playing it physically. But at the same time, we don't have to pack this away now.
Yes.
Which would take about 45 minutes. And also, like, there's a lot of admin and stuff, which the game just, this as a kind of engine, does actually a lot better. So I still think I prefer to play it physically with an app. But no, yeah, I think it's a game that's genuinely actually quite good. But yeah, we might have to revisit some of your Gloomhaven skills when I get a copy of Jaws of the Lion. Because I think that could kind of work.
Yeah, I think it could kind of work too. I'd enjoy that. And I'd enjoy having a copy of that as well. So yes, please.
We'll try and sort you out with that, yeah. We'll try and see if we can get a couple saved. Yeah.
I'm still like, you know, reeling from the fact that I get games and I can play them and I don't need to go and buy them. Although I buy some.
Yeah, no, I still buy some, to be honest. I still buy stuff. Like, every now and then when I need something, if I think, oh, I need a copy of this game for a stream or whatever, like, it's 50-50 a lot of the time. I'll just buy it. I'll just be like, oh, I'll just buy it. Especially if it's a smaller game or a smaller publisher.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, it's fun. Although at the moment, like, my brother keeps playing board games and telling me they're really good. And I'm like, I can't play board games right now. So please, like, stop it. Like, it's just like, you should really check this out. I'm like, I can't. I literally can't. Stop rubbing it in. But you know, actually checking out a lot of stuff on TTS is really interesting, and like had a lot of fun with that. And I think what's going to be really interesting to me is now we're going to, at some point in the future, we're going to have a generation of games which have been play tested solely on TTS, which come out physically, and it'll be interesting because I think there'll be some misfires there, you know, because I think like.
Yeah.
It's a different experience. Like, I think the reason that Gloomhaven works quite well as a simulation in this is because, frankly, it is too fiddly and it is too much like a video game. But there's something about that's really like charming. And finally, of course, just a quick goodbye from the DeskJet. Not DeskJet.
My DeskJet, my favourite.
It is the DeskJet. It's the HP DeskJet 3720. Obviously, we couldn't do this stream without you. Thank you to HP for sending us this DeskJet. Hashtag spons. I'm not sponsored by this. This is the worst printer in the world. I hate it. So we're definitely not sponsored by HP. Or if we are, and they've allowed me to say that as part of the sponsorship deal, then they're frankly idiots. Don't buy it. Just buy any other brand. I mean, I love it as an object. I love it as a character, as a piece of technology. You can get in the bin. And that's all we have time for on today. It is the Trash Jet. Somebody pointed out, not yet again, saying, can we rename it the Trash Jet? Thank you again. And if you did tune in at the end, just for the next month, we're going to be all the money from Twitch stuff. We're going to be sending to charities because the world needs some help right now, and I need some more bread. So have a lovely evening, everybody, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.